What if you heard a sound so peculiar and so persistent, that it changes your life forever? In the heart of the vibrant city of Havana, Cuba, a peculiar phenomenon began to unfold. American diplomats, stationed far from home, started experiencing strange, inexplicable symptoms. It was a mystery that left the world scratching their heads, a case that would soon catch the attention of a brilliant, yet unsuspecting scientist. The diplomats reported a persistent, eerie noise, an inexplicable sound that seemed to follow them. It was not just an annoyance. It was a harbinger of something far more disturbing. They began to suffer from headaches, dizziness, even hearing loss. These were not just random ailments, they were symptoms of an unseen, unheard of malady. The international community watched, concerned and puzzled. What was causing these symptoms? Was it a new, undiscovered disease? Or perhaps, a sinister, technological weapon? Theories abounded, but concrete answers were in short supply. It was this baffling case that caught the attention of our protagonist, a scientist of exceptional intellect and insatiable curiosity. But this was not just another puzzle to solve, another mystery to unravel. It was a case that would consume them, an enigma that would take over their life. The scientist was drawn to the case, intrigued by its complexity, its defiance of conventional explanations. They felt a compelling need to understand, to uncover the source of the mysterious sound. They would not rest until they had answers. And so, they made a decision that would set them on a path they could never have anticipated. And so, our scientist embarks on a journey into the unknown, into the heart of the mystery. Obsession. It can drive us to greatness, or it can drive us to madness. Our brilliant scientist, once a mere observer, now finds himself drawn into the enigma that has been tormenting the diplomats. His initial investigations, laden with curiosity, soon take a turn towards a more personal journey. A journey that begins with intrigue and spirals into an obsession. The mysterious noise, initially an enigma to be solved, starts to play a more sinister role. It's no longer a distant hum in the background of the diplomats' lives. It's a sudden, unnerving echo that our scientist begins to hear as well. The echo, once a mere whisper, starts to grow louder, more persistent, like a relentless tide against the shore. It becomes a constant companion, a haunting melody that follows him into his dreams. The sound, once a subject of his study, now becomes a player in his life. With this auditory specter, come the health issues. Our scientist, once a beacon of vitality, starts to experience the same symptoms that plagued the diplomats. Fatigue, dizziness, loss of balance, all begin to creep in, like unwanted guests refusing to leave. His health, once robust, now mirrors the declining state of the diplomats. What started as a scientific pursuit, has now transformed into a personal battle. A battle against an unseen enemy, an enemy that strikes without warning, an enemy that leaves no trace but its haunting echoes. Our scientist, once driven by the thrill of solving the mystery, now finds himself in the very heart of it. His fascination, once a guiding light, now becomes an obsession. An obsession that consumes his every waking moment, an obsession that threatens to shatter the very fabric of his existence. The noise, once a scientific curiosity, now becomes a haunting echo, a specter that threatens their very existence. What happens when the hunter becomes the hunted? The scientist's pursuit of answers begins to take a devastating toll. His health, once robust, now mirrors the diplomat's distressing symptoms. His once clear eyes are now shadowed by dark circles, a constant reminder of countless sleepless nights spent in tireless pursuit of a solution. A ringing in his ears grows louder, a constant echo that never quiets. His head throbs with a relentless, pulsating pain. His body, once a vessel of vitality, now feels like a prison, a cage that confines him to a world of suffering and uncertainty. His obsession with the enigmatic sound forces him into a cycle of isolation. His friends, his family, they all become distant memories, their voices drowned out by the incessant echo in his ears. His once vibrant social life is replaced with a deafening silence, punctuated only by the haunting hum that never ceases. As the days turn into weeks, and weeks into months, the scientist's isolation deepens. His world narrows until all that remains is him, the echo, and the ticking clock. The echo becomes his constant companion, a cruel reminder of the mystery that eludes him. The ticking clock becomes a countdown to his unraveling. His mind, once a fortress of logic and reason, starts to crumble under the weight of paranoia. Every creak of the floorboards, every whisper of the wind, every rustle of the leaves, they all begin to sound like the echo. His world is consumed by the noise, his sanity eroded by the relentless hum. He finds himself trapped in a vortex of paranoia, a downward spiral that pulls him deeper into the abyss of fear and uncertainty. His every thought, his every action, is dictated by the echo. He becomes a prisoner of his own mind, held captive by the very mystery he sought to unravel. As the echo grows louder, so does the ticking of the clock. Time is running out. In the face of adversity, the true character of a person is revealed. As the echoes of the enigmatic sound continue to intensify, our scientist finds himself locked in a battle against time. A race, not just against the clock, but against his own deteriorating health. Relentless and resolute, he plunges into his research with a fierce determination. He tirelessly navigates through an ocean of medical journals, obscure scientific papers, and countless hours of lab work. His focus is unwavering, his resolve unshaken. His mission? To decipher the source of the sound, to trace its origin, to find a cure before it's too late. The journey is far from smooth. Each breakthrough is met with a setback. Each moment of hope, swiftly followed by despair. The echoes grow louder, the symptoms more severe. Sleepless nights turn into hazy days. His world becomes a blur of test tubes, microscopes, and medical reports. Yet, he presses on, driven by the urgency of his predicament. His once methodical approach now turns frantic. The calm and composed scientist, now a desperate man on a mission. Each failed experiment, each dead end, only fuels his determination. His obsession with finding a solution becomes the only constant in a world that's spiraling out of control. The echoes continue to intensify, amplifying his symptoms. His health deteriorates, his body weakens, but his spirit remains unbroken. The scientist is now a warrior, battling not just the echoes, but his own crumbling health. As the clock ticks away, the echoes grow louder, more menacing. His time is running out, yet his determination never wavers. His pursuit of a solution becomes a testament to his resilience, his courage, his unyielding spirit. With every tick of the clock, the echo grows louder. Will they find a solution in time? The scientist's race against time continues. His struggle, his story, is a profound reminder of the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. The echoes may grow louder, but so too does his resolve. Time will tell if his relentless pursuit will yield the solution he so desperately seeks. Sometimes, the answer lies not in the noise, but in the silence. And so it was, with our brilliant scientist standing at the precipice of the unknown, the enigmatic echo of Cuba ringing relentless in their ears. The solution, when it came, was as elegant as it was simple. Our scientist, in a stroke of genius, isolated the exact frequency of the noise. With this knowledge in hand, they worked tirelessly, their determination unyielding, their spirit indomitable. Battling time, health, and their own creeping paranoia, they created a counter-frequency. This was not a mere antidote, but a perfect inverse of the tormenting sound. Introducing this counter-frequency was like introducing a mirror to the echo, a reflection of the sound that, when played, effectively cancelled out the noise. The silence that followed was not just the absence of noise, but the presence of victory. It was the sound of relief washing over our scientist, the sound of their own heartbeat echoing triumphantly in the newfound quiet. Exhaustion set in, but it was the sweet exhaustion of a battle well fought and a mystery solved. The echo had been silenced, not by brute force, but by the delicate dance of sound frequencies. Our scientist had not just conquered the echo, they had mastered it, turned it on its head, and used it to bring about its own demise. Their victory was not just over the echo, but over their own fears, their obsessions, their very psyche that had been pushed to the brink. As they stood in the silence, they realized that they had not just silenced the echo of Cuba, but also the echo within themselves. In the end, our scientist stands victorious, not just over the echo, but over their own fears and obsessions. The echo of Cuba is silenced, but its echo in their life will remain, a reminder of their darkest hours and their brightest triumphs.